Good evening, friends. Myself Ratnesh Mishra, and welcome on the YouTube channel of uh, Manoj IAS. And as you know that in our previous classes we had discussed about the fundamental rights of given in Indian Constitution for the citizens of India. And now today we will discuss the most important topic of Indian polity and constitution, named as preamble. Named as preamble. Preamble. In this topic, we will discuss historical background, historical background of preamble, elements of preamble, elements of preamble, preamble, preamble is part of constitution or not. Further we will discuss amendability of preamble, and further we will discuss recently recent issues and way forward and way forward. Clear? So this is an idea about the preamble, then in which under which topics we will discuss the topic of preamble. So now let's start about the preamble. Now we will discuss that history, what is. So beta, USA is the first country, in which constitution preamble was introduced. Preamble was introduced. Clear? Preamble was introduced. In India, in India, it was inspired by objective resolution presented by Pandit J.L. Nehru at 13th of December 1946. At 13th of December 1946. 13th of December 1946. And it was adopted by Constituent Assembly further on January 22, 1947. January 22, 1947. So it was a brief history about the preamble. Now we will see. That what is preamble. Preamble is what? So beta, it is an preface or introduction or introduction of constitution. Preface or introduction of constitution. Look, one thing, that we are reading about any book, clear, and we don't want to read all the books, just we want to just read one a page and take the information about that what shall be further in this book. So we have to read the prefaces, clear. So if we read the preamble of Indian Constitution, we will able to find out that what are the further values enshrined in the Constitution of India for the welfare of the India and for the welfare of the citizens of India. It was totally cleared by the preamble. So it was an preamble is an preface or the introduction of the Constitution or introduction of the Constitution. Clear? It consists essence it consists essence and summary of Constitution and summary of Constitution. As I told you before that, if you want to know the essence of any book, if you want to know the essence of the Indian Constitution, you have to read the preamble of Indian Constitution. Clear? You have to read the preamble of Indian Constitution. So it was an introduction about the history of preamble, and now and further we will discuss that what is the preamble. So always remember it that preamble is the preface of the Constitution. Preamble is the introduction of the Constitution, which consists essence and summary of the Constitution. Clear? And USA was the first country whom introduced the preamble in their Constitution. Got my point? Okay. Now we will see elements of preamble of Indian Constitution. Beta, I will draw a chart over there and I will represent everything about the every element of the preamble of Indian Constitution in that chart. So see and copy this chart very carefully. I am not going to tell all of you that ratta type. I am just here to draw all the preamble in a concept mode. Clear? We, the people of India, the people of India, to make, to give, to promote, to promote. Whom, what, whom, what, whom, what. Whom and what? Whom? India. What make? Sovereign. Socialist. secular, democratic, republic, democratic republic, democratic republic. Whom? Citizens and citizens. What? Justice, liberty, and equality. And equality. Clear? Whom? In citizens. What? Fraternity. Fraternity. For what? To secure unity and integrity of the nation. Unity and integrity of the nation. Integrity of the nation. Clear? What type of justice? Social, economic, and political. And political. What type of liberty? Thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. And worship. Equality. What type of equality? Status and opportunity. Status and opportunity. Status and opportunity. And providing all these things, hereby adopt, enact, hereby on 26th of November, on 26th of November 1949, we adopt, enact, and give to ourselves, this constitution. This constitution. You got my point? I draw every single word of the preamble over there by a chart. Clear? We will see that. We, the people of India, in our preamble, there are three things are mainly given: to make the India, to give the citizens of India, and to promote within the citizens of India. Clear? To what make, to whom? We have to make India what? Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Clear? To give whom? The citizens. What type, to what provide? What type of things we have to give to the citizens of India according to the preamble of Indian Constitution? First was justice. What type of justice? Social, economic, and political. Got my point? Liberty. What type of liberty? Thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Clear? We have to also give the equality to our citizens. What type of equality? Status and opportunity. Clear? We have to promote in whom? In our citizens. What thing we have to promote? Fraternity. We have to promote the fraternity within the citizens of India. Why we have to promote the fraternity? For the unity and integrity of the nation. For the unity and integrity of the nation. Got my point? We have to promote the promote the feelings of fraternity within the citizens of India to secure the unity and integrity of the India, unity and integrity of the nation. And for all of that, and to do all of that, 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 we are hereby on 26th of November 1949, we adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution and give to ourselves this constitution. Clear? So these are the elements given in the preamble of Indian constitution. Now we will discuss about every element of the preamble of Indian constitution. So we will discuss about every element of the Indian constitution. First was sovereign. Sovereignty is the first element of the preamble of Indian constitution. Simply made that it means absolute liberty. What? Absolute liberty. Clear? Absolute liberty. It means no authority above it. No authority above it. No authority above it. No authority above it. It means, beta, India is completely free to conduct own affairs, conduct own affairs, internal or external, internal or external, internal or external. Clear? Simply always remember one thing. What the mean of sovereignty? It means absolute liberty, no authority above it. No authority above it. Look, assume that I have 4 brothers. Clear? And my the elder brother. Clear? The brother who is elder among of my brothers will take a decision, and all other brothers are not able to change the decision taken by the elder brother. It means my elder brother is sovereign between us. Clear? We are not able to change the decision taken by them. Look, in our family, if the decision taken by our father as the head of the family shall not be changed in any circumstances, in any condition, in any type of environment by the other person of our family, it shows that my father is sovereign in my family. Clear? It means sovereignty means beta complete liberty. Clear? No authority above it. No authority above it. Clear? And as a sovereign state, as a sovereign state, India have right to acquire foreign territory, acquire foreign territory, foreign territory, and cede own territory, own territory in favor of any nation, in favor of any nation. Clear? So always remember it, that if you are sovereign, it means you are completely liberal. You have complete liberty to manage or conduct their own internal or external affairs. Clear? Next one is beta socialist. Next one is socialist. It was inserted in the constitution, in the preamble, (42nd) Constitutional Amendment 1976 in the Constitution of India. Clear? In India, socialism means democratic socialism. Democratic socialism. It believes in mixed economy. In mixed economy. Clear? So the concept of Indian socialism, Indian socialism believes in cooperative socialism, believes in effort by the private sector and public sector both to welfare of the nation and also for the welfare of the citizens. Clear? So it is the form of democratic socialism. Clear? And in Indian context, it is the blend of Marxism and socialism and Gandhism. Marxism and Gandhism. Clear? Blend of Marxism and Gandhism. It means the socialist structure which was given in the preamble of Indian Constitution follow the partially Marxism and Gandhism. Clear? But it was इसका झुकाव किसकी तरफ है बेटा? गांधीज्म की तरफ से. Clear? It was just in the favor of Gandhism. Clear? The socialist structure of India currently diluted. Why? Because the new economic policies, adopted in 1991, and after the policy of LPG adopted by the Indian government in 1991, the socialist structure become diluted and capitalist structure was got strengthened in Indian economy. So always remember that that the Indian socialism did not follow the Marxism, which called that the complete authority of the state in the distribution of sources of wealth and prosperity. Clear? In Indian socialism, it believes in the cooperative efforts by the both public and private sectors for the welfare of the nation and also for the welfare of the citizens of India. Clear? And third one is beta secular. Clear? It was also added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976. Clear? In Indian context, it was positive concept of secularism. India adopted the positive concept of secularism, which says in India all religions have equal status and support by the state. Equal status and support of the state. Equal status and support of the state. Clear? Indian Constitution does not only makes provisions to promote the secularism in Indian Union of India, it also provides a right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion from Article 25 to 28, and it also strengthens the secular structure of the Union of India. Clear? And always remember that in India there is no any watertight compartment between state and religion. It means that in India, state intervene in religious matters. Clear? In religious matters. So, in India, the constitution makers adopted the positive concept of the secularism, and it provides equal status and support to all the religions which are present in the territory of India, equal support and status by the state. Clear? Got my point? And always remember that there is no any watertight compartment between the state and religion in India. In India, state can intervene in the religious matters, as I told you in my last class when I was discussing about the concept of secularism, that on the grounds of health, public order, and morality, state can intervene in the matters of freedom of religion. Clear? So this is the concept given in the preamble of India about the secularism. Clear? And the next one is democratic. Democratic. In Indian constitution, it was used in a broader sense. In broader sense. Clear? It not only political democracy. It is not only political democracy. Clear? It also talks about it also talks about social and economical democracy. Social and economic democracy. Social and economic democracy. Clear? In general beta, in general we know that what is democracy. Then we know that an elected government. Clear? But there are two types of democracy, the direct democracy and indirect democracy. And indirect democracy. In indirect democracy, we use referendum, recall, plebiscite, etc. for the rule. And indirect democracy, we rule through elected representatives. Through elected representatives. To elected representatives. So the word democratic used in the preamble of Indian constitution in a broader sense is not only talk about the political democracy, it also talks about the social and economical democracy. In general, we know that democracy means the elected government, and there are two types of the democracy. The first is direct democracy and second is indirect democracy. In direct democracy, we use the instrument of governance as a referendum, recall, plebiscite, etc. And in indirect democracy, we rule through the elected representatives. Now we see that in India, there are elected representatives parliamentary system. Clear? And through these elected representatives, we conduct affairs of the government. Clear? So it shows that India is a democratic country. India is an democratic country. India is a democratic country. In representative parliamentary system, executive is responsible to legislature, to legislature. Clear? There is an independent judiciary. There is an independent judiciary. Absence of discrimination. Absence of discrimination. Adult franchise. All these are the main values or the elements of the elective representative parliamentary system. All these are present in the Indian democracy. Must of only rule of law. Rule of law. Clear? Rule of law. As we know that in our constitution, article 14 provides equality before law and equal protection by law, which is known as the rule of law, given by the A.B. Dicey, given by the British jurist A.B. Dicey. So it shows that India is an democratic nation. Clear? Next one is beta republic. Next one is republic. Look beta, it means democratic polity. In democratic polity, there are two types of the government. One is monarchy and one is republic. In monarchy, head of state will be hereditary. Like the Queen of Britain. But in republic, head of state shall be elected. Doesn't matter directly or indirectly. So if you want to know that any nation is a republic or not, you have to see that the head of state is elected or hereditary. If I will ask you that what type of polity of the Britain, you have to answer it is a monarchy, because the head of state is the Queen of Britain, and it was a hierarchy in the British royal family, that any person who will be the king or the queen will be head of the state of Britain. But in India, the head of state is elected. As we know that Mr. Ramnath Kovind is elected by the members of the legislative assemblies of all the state, and as well as the union territory of Puducherry and Delhi, and all the elected members of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Clear? And also remember, in the republic, all offices shall be open for citizens. As we know that we can fight for the elections of legislative members, we can also fight the elections of the general election, we can also fight the elections of the vice president and president, we can also hold any bureaucratic post in the government of India or in the state or in the government of any state. It means every office comes under the union government of India or the any state government within the territory of India shall be open for all citizens. Got my point? So these two are present in India. So India is an republic. If someone asks that how should I accept that India is a republic, you have to tell them that India is republic. Why? The head of state is elected and all offices shall be open for the citizens. Got my point? Okay. So this was the first. So this was the first portion of the elements of the preamble of Indian Constitution. Clear? Now we will see that what is justice. It means beta equal treatment. Equal treatment. And as we know that in our constitution there are three types of the justice. Social justice. Social. It means beta absence of restraints, absence of restraints or discrimination on the grounds of caste, sex, religion, and so on. Clear? It also provides that in social democracy, we have to also improve the conditions of OBC, SC, ST and women. Clear? So if we all are doing this, if in any the preamble of Indian Constitution provides ground for the absence of restraint or the discrimination on the grounds of caste, sex, religion and so on. Anything, any type of, and in also color. So these are the grounds on which there shall be no any type of discrimination among the citizens of India. It means it's our duty to provide the we don't have to discriminate within the citizens of our country on the grounds of caste, sex, religion and color and so on. And it's also our duty to improve conditions of OBC, ST and SC. Clear? And beta, the next one is economic justice. It means beta non-discrimination between peoples on the basis of economic factors. Clear? Equal access to all at the resources. Equal access to the all to the resources, and also elimination of inequalities within the wealth, property wealth, property, and any other thing which is uh, also the income, also income. So clear? So it means it's our duty to remove all the discriminations between the peoples based on economic factor. It is our duty to ensure equal access for the all to the resources. It is our duty according to the preamble of constitution to eliminate the inequalities on the basis between for the wealth, property and income. And government of India is doing so many things between that. Clear? And last one is political. And last one is political. Always remember, beta, it is fully implemented. Fully implemented by the adult franchisee. By the adult franchise. It means, beta, every person, every citizen of India who has completed the age of 18 shall be eligible to vote in the elections of the in panchayat elections, in the general elections, and also in the state assemblies elections. Clear? And all offices are open for anyone. Any citizen can hold any office of the parliament. Also, it provides equal participation, in government, equal participation in government. As we know that we have right to vote, adult franchise, all the offices are open for us. Clear? And we have equally participated in the government. The value of vote done by the Mukesh Ambani and the value of vote done by the Ratnesh Mishra are equal. Clear? So it's clear that the Indian constitution fully implemented the political justice, between the citizens of India. Clear? So it was the second part in which seems that that what type of justice are given in the constitution of India. Now we will see about the liberty, that what is liberty. Always remember that. What is liberty? Tell me. Beta, absence of restraints. Clear? Absence of restraints is called liberty. Indian Constitution secures freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. So the preamble of Indian Constitution makes provisions to provide the liberty of the thought, expression, belief, faith and worship to the every citizen of India. And always remember that if you are liberal, there shall be no any type of restraint will be present in your path. Clear? It means liberty means absence of restraints. Clear? But beta, always remember that in India, liberty doesn't mean doesn't mean whatever you do, whatever you do, you likes. Okay. In India, state can regulate, state can regulate your liberty, your liberty on the certain grounds, on certain grounds, like public order, health, health, morality, contempt of court, defamation, etc. So these are the certain grounds on which the state can control your or regulate your liberty. Clear? Now we will see that equality. What is equality? What is equality? Equality means beta absence of special privileges, absence of special privileges. Always remember that absence of special privileges, absence of special classes, absence of special classes also and part of the equality. Clear? Adequate opportunity for all, adequate opportunity for all, for all, adequate opportunity for all. Clear? And equality does not mean only the social or political, it also civic, economic and political, and political. It also some other features which are not mentioned in the Constitution of India, in the Preamble of India. Clear? But the Preamble of India only make only embarrass embarrasses about the equality of status and equality of opportunity, and equality of opportunity. Clear? So in the Preamble of Indian Constitution there are only two types of the equality are given: status and opportunity. Clear? Next one is beta fraternity. 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 It means beta that sense of brotherhood, sense of brotherhood, sense of brotherhood, that we all are the brother and sister, or we all are the brothers and sister. Clear? Why we have to promote the fraternity between the citizens of India? To secure, as I told you, to secure the dignity of individual, dignity of individual and unity and integrity of nation, unity and integrity of nation. For doing two things, we have to promote the sense of brotherhood called fraternity. Clear? And what type of things? The provision of single citizenship, the provision of single citizenship, single citizenship promotes this very well, promotes this very well. So always remember that beta key, we have to promote the sense of brotherhood between the citizens of India. And why we have to do that? Because to ensure the dignity of individual and also the unity and integrity of the nation. Clear? Got my point? So we have completed the portion of the elements of the preamble of Indian Constitution. Elements of the preamble of Indian Constitution. Now we will see the controversies. The controversy about the preamble or related the preamble was part of constitution or not, part of constitution or not. Clear? As we know that the preamble of Indian Constitution was adopted by the constitution maker, by the constituent assembly after adopting the whole constitution of India. Clear? And due to this there was an ambiguous thing that there is no any cut and clear information about that key preamble is the part of Indian Constitution or not. Clear? And to resolve this issue, this issue was put on before the judiciary, and we will discuss further that about the two main cases, that the Berubari Union case, 1960, and Keshavananda Bharti case 1973. Clear? In Berubari case, SC holds that preamble is key to understand the mind of constitution makers. Okay? And also Supreme Court states that any article of constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of preamble. In the light of preamble. And finally, the opinion of Supreme Court was that preamble is not the part of constitution, not the part of the constitution. Got my point? So it was the first case that was known as Verubari case. In this case, Supreme Court held that the preamble is key to understand the mind of the constitution makers, and also held that if the any article of Indian constitution is ambiguous or more than one meaning, it should be read and interpreted in the light of the preamble. But finally, the opinion of the Supreme Court was that the preamble is not the part of the Indian constitution. Clear? Now we will see about the Keshwananda Bharti case. About the Keshwananda Bharti case. Keshwananda Bharti case. Supreme Court rejected earlier opinion and held that preamble is integral part of constitution. Part of constitution. Clear? So it was the first case in which Supreme Court accepted that preamble is the part of the Indian constitution, and also Supreme Court states that preamble is extreme importance, extreme importance, extreme importance. You got my point? Clear? And further one case also comes before the Supreme Court of India, that was known as LIC of India case. LIC of India case 1995, ये मेरा बर्थ ईयर है, इसी साल में पैदा हुआ. Clear? In this case, SC held that preamble is integral part of constitution. So after the case of Keshwananda Bharti versus State of Kerala 1973, Supreme Court of India states in every case that preamble is the integral part of Indian constitution. So the present condition, in present, preamble is part of constitution. In present, preamble is part of constitution. Preamble is part of constitution. Clear? Preamble is part of constitution. And after this, we have to also know that two things. We have to remember two things. Two things. First, that preamble is neither source of power to legislature nor restriction nor restrictions upon the power of legislature upon the power of legislature. It means beta preamble did not the source of the legislature, source of the powers of the legislature, and also preamble is not any type of restriction. Preamble will not be act as any type of restriction upon the powers of the legislature, Clear? And also the second is that preamble is non justificable. Preamble is not justificable. It means we cannot it is not enforceable by court of law. It was not enforceable by court of law. So as we seen that we have to remember two things. One is preamble is neither source of power to legislature, nor it is an restrictions upon the powers of legislature, and also that preamble is non justiciable. It means it is not enforceable in court of law. Clear beta? Now we will see the next topic, that amendability of constitution, of preamble. First one, Parliament can amend preamble under Article 368. But Parliament cannot make any type of changes in the parts of preamble which identified as basic structure. It means beta the Parliament of India have right to amend the whole constitution under Article 368, and as we know that the preamble of Indian constitution is also the part of the constitution, so it was also shall be amended by the Parliament of India. But according to the doctrine of basic structure, the Parliament cannot make any type of amendment in the parts of the preamble which are identified as the part of the basic structure. Clear? It means cut and clear that Parliament can amend the preamble but cannot make any type of changes in the in the parts of preamble, which are the parts of basic structure of Indian Constitution. Got my point? So it was a whole study about the preamble of Indian Constitution through the constitutional references. But we will now discuss about the recent issues and what are the forward ways. Clear? रिसेंट इश्यूज क्या है बेटा इसको लेकर? बेटा on 26th of November 2015 and 26th of January 2016, Government of India published preamble without containing two words, socialist and secular. Socialist and secular. Clear? On the 26th of November 2015 and the 26th of January 2016, the Government of India published an preamble, but the word socialist and secular was excluded from that publish. Clear? From that preamble which was published by the Government of India, and it was raised and debate on the relevance of these words in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Clear? Some scholars were against this and some scholars were supporting this. Clear? So we will discuss about the arguments of the opposition and also the arguments of the favor party. Clear? So first we will discuss the arguments in favor. Arguments in favor. Scholar says that the word socialist become diluted after new economic policy 1991. Clear? And also the provisions for social justice is given in DPSP, so we don't know any specific word in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Clear? And also the arguments in favor of Government of India. Clear? कि हटा देना चाहिए, Clear? Arguments in the favor of removing or Government of India. Clear? They also argues that this is era of capitalism. So we have to adopt the policies that we can use the opportunity of capitalism. We don't have to bound in any type of structure called socialist. Clear? Now we will see that the arguments for removing the word secular. A scholar says that Indian Constitution have also a right to freedom of religion right to freedom of religion, under Article 25 to 28, and it also makes India an secular state. We don't need any type of specific words in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Clear? And it shows and also argues that all the religions have equal status and support by the state in Indian Constitution without including this word, without including this word in the preamble of Indian Constitution. So this was the argument in the favor of removing these words. We will now discuss arguments against removing them. Or Government of India. Or Government of India. They told that the word secular provides a security to the minorities as preamble is basic structure. And also says that the word secular denotes India as an hero before communal states. So the word secular is necessary for the Constitution of India. About the socialist, they told that in India citizens have not access upon facilities, access to the resources and also provide distributive justice. And for also to provide distributive justice, we need this type of provisions in the preamble of India. Clear? इन्होंने कहा कि DPSP is not mandatory for the state. Clear? And further both argues that if you want to remove these two also remove word integrity. It was also added by 42nd constitutional amendment. Clear? So this is the controversy or the issues related to the preamble of Indian Constitution. Now we will discuss that. Shall we have discussed all these things? Shall we want to discuss all these things in this beautiful country? What are the way forward? What type of way we can follow? Clear? So way forward. Veta. We have to discuss. About the basic needs of citizens. To provide education for every citizen. Clear? To make provisions for upliftment of OBC, SC, ST and women. So we are not here to discuss about these cheap things. These we have not only do discuss about these things, clear, and also we have to interpret socialist and secular words in broad concept. क्लियर? हमें इनके एक बृहद स्वरूप को जानना होगा. वी हैव टू discuss all these things in broad concept, in not narrow concept. So this was a class about the preamble of Indian Constitution. In this class we have discussed that historical background of the preamble, elements of the preamble, clear, and also does the preamble is part of Indian Constitution or not, Parliament can amend the preamble or not, clear, what are the recent issues and what are the way forward in this class. You got my point? So we will meet with an next topic in next class. Kindly subscribe, like and comment on this video, and also please subscribe our channel. I humble request to all of you that kindly subscribe our channel, और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक इसे प्रमोट करिए. We will meet in next class. Thank you so much.